Hello, my name is Jennifer Burch, and I'm a doctoral student at Aspen University, and I will be discussing digital learning today. We're going to discuss the definition of digital learning, how digital learning is evolving, some barriers and solutions to digital learning, and the components of technology literacy. So what is digital learning? Digital learning is learning through various technology platforms, the computers, internet, remote or distance learning, and allows students to develop technological skills such as authorship rules, copyright, and plagiarism, and also accessing online information and vetting that information to learn social responsibility. There's 3 basic types of digital learning. That can mean a whole lot of other types. There's cloud computing, there's game-based learning, and then there's a combination of the virtual and physical world. There are some barriers to online learning that have come up in most recent studies. First is poor keyboarding and digital language skills. Smythe found that students who had to access governmental websites often were at a disadvantage because of their lack of English as a first language and their lack of understanding of the keywords that an algorithm might be looking for, and their poor keyboarding skills. Their poor keyboarding skills. Also, basic to advanced computer skills, how to combine files, how to do web searches, vary widely across socioeconomic levels, often with those in the lowest levels of socioeconomic status having the least amount of skills. Internet access and reliability inequities abound. This has most recently come to light as we deal with our COVID-19 distance learning for mainly high school and middle school age students. And then inequitable access to computers and devices are other barriers to online learning. 2 solutions for online learning include having some skills coursework offered to special populations through career and technology centers. Learning those skills, those keywords during the job search will help students do better. Also, locate and use funding to increase connectivity where internet access is unreliable or unavailable. Having dealt with the COVID-19 virus in the state of Oklahoma, many schools have had to take some of their funding and use it to help students who have no internet access where they live create hotspots, or often many schools have decided to expand their wireless connectivity out into the parking lots or out into the community. In the city of Austin in Texas, they have been taking buses equipped with wireless connectivity out into neighborhoods where the connectivity and internet access is poor or not available to those students, to allow anyone who needs it to go and get access to the internet. And that's one huge barrier, and that's an actual solution that's being used today. When it came time to think about the components of technology literacy, there's several different resources that you can use. I chose to use the International Society of Technology Educators components of technology literacy, or their standards. These are a broad and very deep level of components, and I'm going to go over them now. First is to be an empowered learner, to set personal learning goals, build networks online to customize your learning environment, and use technology to demonstrate learning. And then understand the fundamental concepts of that technology and being able to troubleshoot current technologies or transfer knowledge to emerging technologies. Being a digital citizen involves cultivating the digital identity, knowing who you are online and what you put out there, engaging in positive, safe, legal, and ethical behavior when using technology or being online. Understanding and respecting the rights and obligations of using and sharing intellectual property, making sure that you don't use someone else's intellectual property without their permission or giving them credit for it. Managing their personal data privacy and security online, and then being aware of data collection techniques. Most recently, during the election of 2016, many Facebook games were being used to collect data without the express acknowledgement of the user. That acknowledgement was buried deep within user agreements that no one ever read. Being a knowledge constructor, to plan and use effective research strategies, to evaluate the accuracy, credibility, and relevance of online resources, to create information from a variety of tools to demonstrate meaningful connections or conclusions, and to build knowledge through exploring real-world problems. To be an innovative designer, deliberately using the design process, using innovative artifacts by solving authentic problems, using digital tools and considering the design constraints and calculated risks involved with those tools, to develop, test, and refine prototypes, and to tolerate ambiguity, perseverance, and open-ended problems. That's part of being an innovative designer. Being a computational thinker is also an important component of technology literacy. It's being able to formulate problem definitions for technology-assisted methods, abstract models, and algorithmic thinking. That doesn't mean that you need to go learn how to write programs or algorithms, but you just need to kind of understand the process. And that's something that comes with time and age. Collect data, identify relevant data, and analyze and represent data that you have collected or identified. To break problems into their component parts. To understand automation and the sequence of steps to create and test that automation. To be a creative communicator. To choose the appropriate platforms and tools with which to communicate. To create your own original works or responsibly repurpose works, again with appropriate credit and permission. To communicate complex ideas through a variety of methods, and to customize those messages for the intended audiences. Finally, the last component of technology literacy is to be a global collaborator, to use digital tools to engage people from a variety of backgrounds and from all over the world, to broaden mutual understanding and learning, to use collaborative technologies to work with others and examine issues from multiple viewpoints, to contribute constructively to teams, assuming various roles on those teams, and then to explore local and global issues and investigate solutions to those issues. These components came from the International Society of Technical Educators, which is a wonderful resource for anyone who's looking for those basic computer skills or computer components and technology literacy components that any digital citizen needs to have. My resources and my references are listed here. And thank you very much for giving me your attention this evening.